Hi everyone, we have Siddhant here with us. I am Shreemant Yadav, and this is a mock session. We are just doing it to practice, and we are here to record. We are recording this to help others understand our audiences, our clients, and fellow psychologists to understand how a counseling session looks like. Because a lot of people have misconceptions about what is counseling. That's why we are doing this. And Siddhant has graciously accepted our invitation to join in this. Siddhant is not going to be himself, he is going to take a hypothetical client in his mind and create a hypothetical case, and then we are going to discuss. There is no real client that he is going to discuss. None of our clients or none of his clients will be discussed in this mock session. This is a hypothetical case. Okay, so let's start. Hi Siddhant.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So, which case and what name are you going to give to the client?
I'll give him the name Shirish. As I was saying,
Yes, Shirish. Please tell me a little bit about you.
So I work in film editing. I have been living in Bangalore now for about 6, 7 years. And what I would like to talk about is this feeling of numbness that I have sometimes with things, situations around me, people around me, things that happen in life in general. There's this sort of numbness or maybe this overwhelm that I feel, which causes me to feel that numbness. And that is why I am in session or in therapy right now.
Okay, could you please tell me a little bit about you? How old are you? Where do you belong from?
I'm 35 years old. I am originally from Himachal Pradesh, and but I've never really lived in Himachal Pradesh. Like I've
So,
always
you have
been
lived at different places?
multiple different places.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So
How many places? Just a random number? Like
6, 7 places.
6, 7 places in your
before
35 years
before
of.
I was 18 years old.
Before 18,
Before
you have
18,
already traveled
yeah,
to 6, 7 places.
yeah. I lived in six,
Lived
seven.
in 6,
Yeah,
7
yeah,
places.
yeah.
Okay,
So abroad as well.
okay,
So Dubai is one.
okay.
Oman was one.
That's
I was
good.
living in a village in Gujarat.
Okay.
I was living in Mumbai as well for a while, and now I'm in Bangalore. So maybe not 6, 7, but a few.
Do you think it was a good journey for you, shifting so many places?
I'm not sure. I have a lot of mixed feelings about that. Mainly because I was not really in control of it. Because of my father's job and things like that, we had to keep moving. So on one hand, I do understand that aspect of it, but on the other, it would have been nice to kind of be in one place. Constantly having to shift schools, meet new people.
Yeah, exactly.
All of these things were very challenging for sure.
Are you in touch with those people who you lived with, like school friends
Very
or
very few.
very few?
Very few.
Okay. Who all are there in your family?
I have a elder brother and my mom and dad.
Okay, mom and dad. You are the youngest one.
Yes.
Since how many years you have been doing the work that you do?
It's been about 10, 12 years now. I've been living in Bangalore for about 8 years, but I've been doing this for a while now. Like most of my career, I have been doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the two things that you mentioned, numbness and
Overwhelm.
overwhelm.
Yes.
Could you describe it a little further at what makes you feel numb or what makes you feel overwhelmed?
I think when things are, I think the numbness is a little more than the overwhelm. Maybe it has something to do with each other, but I feel like when something is very emotionally charged, and something is super like, I can't understand those emotions. I think that is when I feel numbness. But over time, as time goes on, for whatever the situation might be, it might be a day, it might be 5 weeks, it might be 6 months. But over time, I feel all of those emotions, and then I move on from that subject or that topic, and I don't really look back. But initially, I do feel a little numb to it.
Okay. Anything particular that makes you feel this?
I think the last time that I really remember this happening was when I had my last breakup. We were together for about 4 years, right out of school. But it was long distance, and there was a lot of commuting which I couldn't do, obviously, because she was in I think she was in Delhi, and I was in Bangalore, as I said.
Hmm.
So commuting all that way, and it was just very difficult, and it was just very.
And this numbness lasts for how long?
It depends, as I said. I think that after I understand the situation better, and after I have all the facts, I am able to now feel those emotions better.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about you. How are you in an everyday life? If you're not feeling numb or overwhelmed, how is life going for you?
Pretty smooth. I have a partner. I have my work. I
Partner means which partner? Business partner,
No, no,
life
no, like no,
partner?
no,
Are you
like
married?
no. I'm in a relationship. I have a partner. I work alone, so I freelance, so
Okay.
I don't really work with anybody.
And can
So
I ask why?
I have a passion of doing like artwork, so paintings and stuff like that. But that is not something that I can do just like that. Like it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of effort, whatever.
So then working with an organization, wouldn't that be a better thing?
Not really, because when I work with an organization, what I've realized is they want things done a very specific way that I am not able to achieve. And if not achieve, actually, that's not the right thing to say. I think that when it's something to do with art, especially like a painting, it is something that is mine. I don't want anybody else's opinions of what they want, which is why I do the film editing part, because I know I'm very good at it.
So for you, freedom of expression or freedom of thinking is necessary. That's why freelancing is necessary.
Yes, I think so.
Wherein you are not, uh,
Tied down?
tied down
Yes.
or boxed into a certain way of thinking.
Yes.
Is freedom important for you?
Yes.
How important?
It's the most important.
How would you describe freedom for you?
For you to be able to do whatever you want to do, or you have whatever you having
Yeah, I
the
understand.
choice
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Having a choice to do whatever you
Yeah.
want. Is it necessary to have a choice all the time? Because sometimes life may be in such a situation that we don't have a choice and we have to accept whatever comes to us. How do you deal with that?
Um, I think that I try to get all the facts. I think that is the first thing that I try to do. When you say freedom, I think that depending on those facts, it would also depend on how much freedom I do have to make a choice.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. That many times in life, factors are beyond our control.
Absolutely.
And we have to accept and live with whatever comes.
Yeah.
So during that time, do you feel your freedom is challenged?
To some extent, yes. Especially
How
when
do
it
you
comes.
deal with that?
I tend to move on from that.
But how do you move on?
Go to the next thing.
But do you accept it that this is a factor beyond my control and I cannot do something about it, but I still accept it and live with it, or you just cut it off and move on?
I cut it off and move on.
So you don't accept it.
I think that is my way of accepting it, where I'm moving on, so I'm letting it go.
But why not accept it just normally? Like,
Because
do you agree with this fact that there are factors beyond our control?
Absolutely.
So then why don't you just accept it?
Because what does that mean? If they're beyond my control, whether or not I accept it, how is that going to matter?
Achha. So you think like, anyways, it has happened.
Yeah.
So what's the point of me thinking of acceptance? It has happened to me,
Yeah.
so I can't do anything about
Yeah.
it. Okay, fine. So tell me a little bit more about your everyday life.
I think my life right now is very monotonous, I would say, because I have a few gigs that I'm doing for for my clients and whatnot, and I keep doing them on the side. I hang out with my partner. We go out, we drink, we chill. But at the same time, I am also I like watching movies and TV shows and things like that. So I keep doing that as well. But a lot of my day, or a lot of my not free time, but non-free time, is gone on work of some form.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it has to be according to your timetable.
Yes.
Let's say that a client demands certain things. How do you deal with that? A client gives you a deadline or expects you to work on certain for so many hours.
Depends on the money. So many
No,
hours.
they are paying you well. That's not a
It
problem.
depends on the work. If I can finish the work in an hour, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter if the client wants me to work for 6. If I can finish the work in an hour, I will finish it in an
No,
hour
I
and
am
I'll
not
give it.
talking about how fast can you finish. I am saying if the client is defining the deadlines,
Mhm.
and if the client is also defining the timetable, how does it feel for you?
No, I don't like it. I would not work with that
So
client.
it's not freedom on a larger scale, wherein at a macro level, that I want freedom of
Yeah,
choice.
yeah,
It's a freedom of timetable, it's
yeah.
a freedom of choice, but in a everyday things
Micro
also,
level, yes,
at a micro level also.
yes, yes.
What does this freedom give you?
Mm, freedom gives me, I think, choice. As I said, if I want to, for example, eat biryani, I will go and eat biryani. I'm not gonna think, should I eat biryani? Is it healthy? Is it not? It gives me choice. I think the freedom gives me choice. So if I want to sit for 5 days and only work on my paintings, I have the ability to do that, because when it comes to the editing part or all of that, I'm doing it and I'm okay. But if I want to sit and work on my paintings, I am free to do that and I will do that.
Let's say that I take away 10 days of
Hmm.
your life
Hmm.
and I say that these 10 days I am going to define everything for you.
Hmm.
Will you cater to it? Will you
No.
accept it?
No.
Why?
Because who are you?
No, I am giving you a hypothetical situation.
No, but even then,
Even then, what?
who are you
No,
in
I
this
don't have any
situation?
authority over you.
Okay.
I'm just saying that hypothetically, if I put you in a situation for 10 days, will you accept that?
No.
What will it mean? If you accept somebody's
But
authority over your timetable, not even choices, just timetable, what will it mean?
that you're taking away my autonomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it feels like your autonomy is being challenged.
Yes.
Is it somewhere connected to your relationship with your father?
Wow. I don't know, honestly. And I would like to talk about this a little more as well, because I am really not sure if I can answer that question, because I'll tell you a little bit of about my relationship with my father. I think that my father was not very expressive. It was, I know he was never abusive. He was never somebody who berated me or made me feel small or anything of that sort. But at the same time, he was not very expressive. So he was not somebody who would come and hug me or who would come and say whatever. But I knew on some level that, or not on some level, I knew that he has a lot of love for me, because when I wanted to do painting, for example, it was very non-traditional, because my brother is he has done his engineering, then he's gone into it, done his MBA, and he's done all of these things. So he's followed the very traditional path almost. For me, that was not the case, because I was never interested in any of that. Although I did although I gave my JE mains and advance and everything, I was never interested in that. I wanted to go into painting, and I did a course for painting, and I went into this.
Exactly, a very non-traditional choice.
Very non-traditional choice.
And definitely from an idealistic father, I feel this choice will be very non-traditional.
It was very non-traditional, but that's what I was trying to say. Ki, irrespective of that, he was still able to support me in that. So
he supported you, but did he approve of your choice?
Wouldn't that be? Isn't that the same thing?
No. As a father, he may be a responsible father, saying that, okay, I don't approve of your choice, but I will still support you because I am a good father. It can be that also.
I think initially he didn't approve, but then when he saw my work, he was like, okay, maybe this is something that is good for you, and you are meant to do this, so go for it. So I think that initially he didn't.
So what's the challenge with the authority and your father? Or the autonomy and the father? Isn't this also a way of displaying that I will define my life and I will keep my autonomy in my hands, wherein you went for a non-traditional choice of career?
Yes.
So autonomy is important.
Yes.
Is it coming from some kind of dominance from your father?
I don't think so, because my father was not very dominant.
You mentioned that first 18 years of life you constantly moved.
Yes, yes,
And which was beyond your control.
yes.
Who had the control?
Father. Fair, right. Okay. Yes, maybe then you can say that because I want my own autonomy, or because I want to do things my way exactly, I will do them my way exactly, irrespective of what anybody else says.
So, one outcome of your struggle with autonomy
Hmm.
below the age of 18 is your father had a lot of control,
Hmm.
due to which you constantly moved,
Mother as well.
and you did not have the autonomy to decide what you want to do.
Yes.
So, the one outcome that we can see very clearly is that freedom of choice and autonomy are very important factors for you today.
Yes.
And you do not let people intrude into that space.
Yes.
Since the age of 18, 19 only, because the non-traditional career choice is one evidence of it.
Yes.
So one thing is clear, that you are very territorial when it comes to freedom of choice and autonomy.
Yes.
Okay. This is one outcome of the experience of constantly moving.
Hmm.
Now tell me, what are the experiences of constantly moving on your emotional health?
I think that it is. I could never settle. No, I could never like just be like, okay, now I am here for the foreseeable future. It was always like, oh, I'm here now, I'm here now, I'm here now, I'm here now, I'm there now, I'm there.
Unpredictable.
It was very unpredictable, and I was always exposed to a lot of different people all the time.
I'm sure good and bad both, right?
Yeah, 100%. But again, like because I never felt in danger, or I never felt like I had to change who I was to be amongst those people. But at the same time, it was a very challenging experience just to do that in the first place. And I got very used to it by the end of by the end of school life or whatever. It was like, yeah, this is just normal.
What kind of response did you develop? How did you respond to this unpredictableness of life, to this constant shift and going through constant transitions of adjustment?
There's a wall between me and the rest of the world, and very, very, very few people are
Disconnected.
past that wall. No, I don't think disconnected, because I think I'm still connected to the world in a very real sense.
True, I'm
Um,
talking about the emotional part.
yes, 100%. I don't let people affect me emotionally very easily. It takes time, and
So,
it takes.
between two shifts,
Hmm,
point A to point B, there are multiple things happening between.
hmm,
When you move to point A, there is first stage of adjustment to the new place.
hmm.
By the time you adjust to the new place, people, and develop a sense of belongingness, the second shift came.
Yes.
So the second shift started wherein you had to cut off from the point A
Yeah.
and develop a new space in point B.
Yes.
How did you feel during this phase?
Are you talking about the first time I moved?
Anytime.
Anytime. As I
Because
said,
anytime the transition is the same.
right.
You go to a new place, you try to develop your roots over there, you try to create roots over there, belongingness, friendships, and comfort zone.
Hmm,
By the time you develop, you are already shifting.
hmm.
So the breaking up from point A starts, and again readjusting to point B starts.
Right. Yes.
So this transition phase, how was it for you?
It's not great, definitely. But I think over time I realized that because I'm going to be moving so much, I'm not going to set my roots anywhere. I'm going to be just kind of a gypsy, just like floating around and like not really connecting with people, but not in the sense that I
Not
get
creating
too close.
attachments.
Yeah, not getting too close to people, not like just kind of keeping my distance, because I knew that at some point I'm gonna have to move.
So is a numbness a learned response?
Yes.
Think about it.
Yes, I think it is. I think that because I have been emotionally maybe hurt to some extent, I have put up this wall of like just numbness. Oh, I'm not going to let any. And I don't think there's a lot of people who have still let in. I think there's maybe one or two that I can think of, like other than my family, who I have let in. My partner being one of them, where I can be completely emotionally vulnerable with her.
So that's a very difficult thing. I'm so sorry that you have to develop this part of you. And this is kind of your defense mechanism also and coping mechanism also, because you didn't have any option.
Yeah.
You didn't have any autonomy, you didn't have any freedom of choice, you did not have any say. And you had to constantly shift from one belongingness to other.
Right.
So the numbness that you created as a response, or I think a reaction actually, the numbness was a reaction to the uncertain, unpredictable, out of control factors. Now that they have become a response, wherein anywhere there is an emotional conflict, you adapt it, or you adapt to that emotional conflict by becoming numb.
Yes, I think so. But this is the part that I don't fully understand for myself, which is I have been in Bangalore now for about 8 to 9 years, but this is still the case. It's not like I have moved anywhere since I have come here, because now I know that I'm going to be in Bangalore probably till the time I die. I'm not going to move. I know that this is where I want to be. So why is it still there? This numbness that you talk about.
Because you don't have an understanding of how to create attachments.
But I have a lot of friends.
Attachments. As you said, I was connected, but I did not let people within.
Yeah.
The same thing you are doing today. You are friends with a lot of people, but you are not letting people within, because there is a sense of
Numbness. Or there's a wall there.
there is a sense of insecurity.
That they will leave or that I will have to leave?
No, it's not about anyone leaving. It's about loss. If I'm going to experience some loss, it's better I don't invest or attach myself first. And even if there is no loss, I'm actually in a better state when I'm not attached. So isn't it a subconscious response that you have created? A reaction to your circumstances, but today a response to your circumstances.
Yes.
As you said, when you broke up with your girlfriend, even there you went into numbness. So your coping mechanism may be a perceived indifference to emotional conflicts, but your real emotional issue is numbness.
Yes.
Do you feel alone?
Not so much anymore, because I have my partner, and there are things that I do on my side. But yes, there are times.
Good. We will take up this in the next session.
Okay. Thank you.